Greetings, good evening. Welcome to the Wednesday night edition of our First Alert Weather Extra here from Channel 3 Eyewitness News WFSB, streaming on WFSB Plus and as well on YouTube. Hope everyone is managing to stay cool during all of this heat and humidity. We had one heat wave previously. It lasted 4 days. We're on track to have our second heat wave become official tomorrow. So today, certainly hot across Connecticut, hotter than yesterday, with temperatures inland reaching the upper 80s and even low 90s along the shoreline, from 81 in Groton to 91 in New Haven. So for our part of the country, we need 3 days consecutively 90 or higher. We checked the box yesterday. We did so again today, and our forecast for tomorrow, Thursday, to reach or exceed 90. Now, that's just the air temperature, of course. When you factor in the high levels of humidity, heat index values statewide going into the 90s, perhaps even reaching or exceeding 100 degrees like they did today. So it's that dangerous combination of heat and humidity is why we've got our first alert weather day in place, the stretch that will continue into tomorrow. So we will make the heat wave official tomorrow, and we will also bring our tally of 90-degree days to 6 for the month and 13 for the year. So annually, we average 20 days 90 or higher. So we'll see how the rest of July and August pans out. Even into September, we can get some 90-degree heat. Right now from Waterbury, it's a very mild 77 degrees. We've got a south wind at 7. Our view from Hartford, 82 still in our capital city. We had some scattered mid and high level clouds around sunset. So temperatures out there again are on the warm side. This is a look at dew point values. Let me reorganize this. I'm not sure how this got out of order, but from Hartford to New Haven, there's New Haven, the Elm City, 81, south wind at 6, and from New London, we've got 73 degrees. So statewide, in the 9 o'clock hour here, ranging from the upper 70s to low 80s in many spots. The coolest one here, of course, the Groton, New London area at 73 degrees. One more look at those dew points. Incredible. Well into the mid 70s. So it's oppressive levels of humidity, and this is why, again, temperatures tonight are not going to be dropping much. In fact, we're up a couple degrees in some spots compared to 24 hours ago. So a mild of just downright warm night is on tap across Connecticut. Winds are southerly at around 5 to 10 miles an hour. So looking throughout New England, things have been pretty quiet. Scattered, again, mid and high level clouds arriving just in time for sunset, overspreading Connecticut from west to east. And looking westward, even as close as New Jersey, at one point a few hours ago, we had a severe Warren storm. We had some flash flood warnings issued there. I believe there's been a fatality in New Jersey from a lightning strike and multiple people injured. So I think we'll have much more on that on Eyewitness News at 10 o'clock on the wax and also on Channel 3 at 11. But otherwise, you can see some rain and embedded thunderstorms, downpours moving across Pennsylvania, western New York into Maryland, heading toward the Delmarva Peninsula. So that eventually all works in our direction. This is all happening well in advance of a cold front that is going to bring some relief by Friday. So the area of low pressure here moving into the Great Lakes, the cold front already swinging through the northern plains into the upper Midwest. So that cold front works in our direction, arriving in less than roughly maybe 24 hours from now. So that's going to bring the relief for Friday into Saturday. So for tonight, some isolated showers, perhaps an isolated thunderstorm in the mix tonight. Otherwise, it's going to be warm and some patchy fog develops by daybreak. And First Alert Futurecast showing once that burns off, we do have the chance for a late morning isolated shower or thunderstorm. Then, once that cloudiness burns off, our sky becomes clear through the afternoon, and that sunshine will help to boost temperatures pretty quickly into the upper 80s, if not low 90s. So as soon as we hit 90 officially at Bradley Airport, we will have our second heat wave of the year to check that third box for our third consecutive day. But regardless, when you factor in the high levels of humidity, like today, heat index values could go 95 to 105. So that's why we've got that first alert weather day for one more day. So on the heat risk map for our Thursday, moderate to major impacts from the combined heat and humidity. Now, on the severe threat for tomorrow, again, a late morning isolated shower storm is possible. And then later in the day, as the cold front begins approaching and moving in, we'll run the risk for a strong, perhaps severe storm. But the greatest likelihood, perhaps, is going to be across upstate New York and into parts of northern New England. Here's First Alert Futurecast tomorrow at 8 p.m., so heading towards sunset. Along this cold front, there's the chance for an isolated shower or thunderstorm to pop up. So we're going to be monitoring that very closely. You can as well, any development with the interactive radar on our free WFSB First Alert Weather app. And then behind this boundary, we will be trending cooler and less humid. So note, in front of the cold front, winds are up out of the southwest, keeping us humid and warm, but behind the boundary, the wind is west-northwesterly, so that's going to send some of that cooler, drier air into the state. In fact, it will start arriving before daybreak on Friday. So even starting the day on Friday, it will feel very different compared to tomorrow morning, and come Saturday morning, we are in for a refreshing change with temperatures in the upper 50s and low 60s, so that will feel very nice. But behind that boundary, that cold front, once it moves offshore, high pressure builds in, so lots of sunshine as we close out the work week. With regard to our dew point trend, oppressive levels tomorrow, a nice drop Friday, continuing to Saturday, then a bit of an uptick briefly on Sunday. That correlates to our next chance for some wet weather as another quick moving system makes its way through southern New England. So to recap, tomorrow, our final First Alert weather day in this stretch for the heat and the humidity. Again, shower, isolated storm possible early, say mid to late morning, and then towards sunset. So for afternoon activities or spending time outdoors, working outside, it's going to be hot, it's going to be humid. So certainly plan accordingly, take frequent breaks, remember to stay hydrated. Friday, trending less humid. It's going to be wonderful. Highs 80 to 85. And then Friday night, early Saturday, we dip into the upper 50s and low 60s to start the day. Saturday afternoon, mid 80s. Could be entirely cloud-free with high pressure and control. But then Saturday night, cloud cover increases. And the latest here for Sunday, you can see on the excessive rain outlook, that level 1 shaded area does include all of southern New England. So there's potentials there for some downpours. One thing we have noticed is the models at one point over the last day or two have been upwards of nearly 12 hours apart with the timing of this rain that's coming over the weekend. It looks like the time now is favoring the first half of Sunday. And the European model, half an inch to an inch of rain, perhaps less than that on the American model. So keep in mind, it's just Wednesday. We'll have to see how things play out over the coming days with regard to the weekend forecast. But for now, Saturday looks like it's certainly the better of the 2 days. Sunday, and beyond Sunday, we've got some better weather. But Sunday's kind of the hiccup over the weekend with that chance for showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm. It will be cooler. Keep in mind, normal high for this time of year is 86 for the Hartford area. So by Friday, we're actually going to be trending a little bit below average, near average on Saturday, and then we could actually be a couple degrees below normal Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, then warming up a little bit as we head into the middle of next week. But fortunately, as you can see on our First Alert 7-day forecast, no 90-degree heat past tomorrow. And no First Alert weather days past tomorrow. So kind of a welcome change after a very active week. Let's take it town by town for high temperatures tomorrow. Upper 80s across the hills of Litchfield County. This particular run here showing we could see temperatures nearly as hot as today. Now, in and around the Hartford area. So the afternoon forecast for temperatures will be dependent upon that morning round of showers, how quickly they move through, and how quickly we see sunshine. So there is the potential that if we don't clear out quick enough, that we may not make it to 90 if the cloud cover lingers longer, and therefore we would not have our second heat wave of the year, kind of on a bit of a technicality. So, but we do anticipate clearing and for temperatures to pop in the low 90s and around the greater Hartford area. Across the hills of northeast Connecticut, temperatures there top out in the mid and upper 80s. Coastal southeast Connecticut, mid 80s. And then as we head farther west along the shoreline, certainly trending warmer, upper 80s, if not low 90s, and certainly 90-ish, 90, 91, 92 across inland portions of the state. So with regard to maybe going to area beaches tomorrow, high tide tomorrow is coming late afternoon. UV index tomorrow is an 8. And so certainly remember the sunscreen, apply it often. If you're curious about the UV index, Scott Gagliardi on our team of meteorologists here at Channel 3 did a report earlier today. I'm sure you can find it on WFSB.com or through our news app on the UV index and why it's important and you know what it really means. So if you are heading to area beaches tomorrow, remember the sunscreen. Water temperature is in the lower 70s. So one final look at our first alert 7-day forecast. We got a couple more mild nights, then back in the 60s for overnight lows. Saturday, the pick of the weekend right now, and certainly looking a little unsettled on Sunday. We'll keep you updated with more information as we get closer to the weekend with updates on that time frame. All right, thank you for tuning in tonight. In case you are new to this, our first alert weather extra happens twice a day on weekdays, so Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. and then 9:30 at night here on WFSB Plus or through the WFSB channel on YouTube. All right, have a great night. And again, more updates on Eyewitness News at 10 o'clock on the Wax and then over on Channel 3 at 11.